Morning, Chair. Morning, Honorable Members of Parliament. I'm Edwin Sirimba from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Honorable Members. Good morning, Luampa Town Council. My name is Mulenga Bright from the Office of the Clerk.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Honorable Members. Good morning, Luampa Town Council. My name is Stanley Kalala from the Office of the Clerk.
Good morning, Luampa Town Council, and you're welcome. My name is Emmanuel Bwalia from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you very much. Let me invite you now, Council Secretary, to introduce yourself and allow your colleagues to do the same.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Jeremiah Sachkola, Council Secretary, Luampa.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Kalonde Collins, Director of Finance, Luampa Town Council.
Okay.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Cleopatra Jaolani, the Procurement Officer, Luampa Town Council.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Chair. My name is Matafali Steiner Abu, Internal Auditor, Luampa.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Mulea Philip, Deputy Council Treasurer, Luampa Town Council.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Honorable Members. I'm Kimbamat Abilon. I'm the Acting Director of Works.
Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mwene Bright for the Director Planning, Luampa Town Council.
Thank you very much, Honorable Members of Parliament. Honorable Singombe, can you switch off your mic?
Chair, I'm grateful, and good morning. Good morning, Honorable Members of Parliament. Good morning, our permanent witnesses. And good morning, Luampa Town Council. I'm Singombe Edgar, Member of Parliament for Dundumwes constituency in Kalomo. At least you imported one of our products. I hope it's doing very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning, Honorable Members of Parliament, who are my colleagues, and good morning, our permanent witnesses. Good morning, Luampa Council. You're welcome to this committee. My name is Elliot Kamondo, Member of Parliament from Fumbwe constituency.
Morning, Chair. Morning, permanent witnesses, and good morning, Luampa. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Area Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency, Petauke District, Eastern Province. Welcome to your beautiful committee. Thank you.
Grateful Chairperson. Luampa, you are highly welcome to your committee. Mutelo Mishek is my name, MP for Midete constituency. Thank you. Highly welcome.
Morning, Chair. Morning, our permanent witnesses. Morning, Honorable Members of Parliament. Good morning, Luampa Town Council. And morning, our viewers and our listeners. This is Lohamba Mwene, Member of Parliament for Mangango constituency. And I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Vice Chair. Thank you very much. Council Secretary, my name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency, and the chairperson for this committee, the committee appearing before this morning, the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Before we get into our business, members of Parliament under Kaputkovo of the laws of Zambia enjoy the immunity in the House, and the same is extended to you when you appear before any parliamentary committee, that whatever you say during our interaction will not be used against you in any courts of law. However, if you choose to mislead this committee, the same will be applied on you. But I have no doubt in my mind that you wouldn't take that route and that you're going to give us factual information this morning, the information that we used to write a very good report, and which you will then submit to Honorable Madam Speaker in the main house. With that said, now I want to invite you, Council Secretary, to speak to your document by submitting before this committee. With further guidance that you are going to highlight the query itself. From there, you're going to go to cause of query or management response, and then you proceed to the action that you have taken as management, and of course the remedy that you are offering. So in that fashion, you may proceed, Council Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. Part A, specific audit findings, query number 1, and it reads, Youth, Women, and Community Empowerment Grant. I'll go to management response. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the decision was made by the CDFC after the technical appraisal team reported that the hammer mills projects they applied for were not feasible with the CDF guidelines thresholds. The cost of a hammer mill against the amount required would lead to a failure in the group to implement the projects. Procurement, transportation, and installation costs were way above the cost of 40,000 CDF funding maximum threshold. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that it has engaged the affected groups and it has since received applications for the change of business, of which have been approved. Further, the group were monitored in December 2023 and they are performing well. Chair, there is appendix number 1. On the appendix number 1, there are application letters that were written to my office to request the change of the project proposal.
You continue submitting.
Okay, Chair.
Yes, you continue submitting. We'll get those when we ask for points of clarifications. So you come to
remedial measures.
Yes.
Council management has put in place a program in the first quarter of 2024 to reorient the Ward Development Committee members on the provisions of the CDF guidelines, including a cost awareness component relating to disbursement of empowerment grants and redistribute the manuals for guidelines, just in case some have misplaced or lost the manuals. See Appendix 2. We go to the next, excess expenditure. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that we carried out a reconciliation and established that the total paid amount of $2,010,000 had duplicated payments that were due to clubs having similar names. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the funds have since been reversed on 18th March 2023 and 28th March 2023, respectively. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will engage the bank to come up with the club numbers
to rededicate duplication, to eradicate duplication of payments. The next query, Chair, is village banking groups without money lenders certificate. Cause of query, Chair, management acknowledged the auditor's findings and wishes to state that this was due to village banking savings group not having money lenders certificate at the time of audit. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that we established the position regarding village banking and the requirements. The bank statements from Bank of Zambia clarifies that the aforementioned groups are exempt from possessing certificates to engage in village banking. Remedial measures, management will enhance engagements with the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development on guidance with regard to the provision of the law on village banking and the savings group. Bursaries, secondary school and the skills development, Chair. Underutilization of funds. Cause of query, management response. Management acknowledged the auditor's findings and wishes to state that this query arose due to low uptake of bursaries by the community. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that CDFC resolved to vary funds to procure school desks and other community projects. See the table below. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will enhance sensitization with regards to the benefits of the funds. Further government intervention with the provision of transport, accommodation, meals, and PPEs will see an increase in uptake of bursaries. Next query, Chair, failure to settle students' bills, Kaoma boarding school.
Sorry, we have been guided by the auditors that this one has been resolved.
Yes,
we entered the document, so let's go to the next one.
Okay. Chair, I move to cross-cutting issues. Item number 1, budget performance and management response. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the 2 million variance in funding were funds withheld at source for the purchase of CDF monitoring and police vehicles. There was interest earned on the account and the account continues to earn interest. The interest accumulated will be transferred back to the Ministry of Finance. The balance brought forward from 2021 was for community projects that were ongoing at the beginning of 2022. As such, these were committed funds. Further, in February 2022, CDF guidelines were issued, and following the issuance of the circular requiring training to be conducted in 3 months prior to any CDF activities being undertaken. On completion of this training, CDF committees were formed, after which consideration of application were made. The approval was sent to the ministry centrally. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that it has since spent 21,203,987 kwacha.67 on CDF activities,
leaving a balance of 2,535,923 kwacha.24 as at 31st December 2023. See table below, Chair. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will ensure that the budget cycle and each activity will be carried out in the preceding year of implementation, such that approvals are given by the beginning of the year of execution. Next item, failure to spend. Management response, Chair. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation. Further, in February 2022, CDF guidelines were issued, and following the issuance of the circular requiring trainings to be conducted in 3 months prior to any CDF activities being undertaken. On the completion of this training, CDF committees were formed, after which consideration of applications were made. This was followed by approval of the projects by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Chair. Further, once approval was granted, contracts were sent for clearance at the Attorney General's office in Lusaka. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that an amount of 10,867,856 kwacha.23 was spent on CDF community project, leaving a balance of 1,803,892 kwacha.99 as at 31st December 2023. See the table below. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will ensure that the budget cycle and each activity will be carried out in the preceding year of implementation, such that approvals are given by the beginning of the year of execution. Unaccounted for grant funds. Management response, cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation and wishes to state that the beneficiary groups were unable to provide requested information in a timely manner. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the groups have been engaged and have started to provide information. Remedial measure. Management will enhance sensitization on projects, management and financial literacy. Failure to disperse soft loans, Chair. Management response, cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation and wishes to state that the guidelines on disbursement of loans were only received on 22nd November 2022. Action taken. Management wishes to report that an amount of 2,938,452 kwacha was spent on CDF soft loans, leaving a balance of 4,102.16 as at 31st December 2023. See the table below. Remedial measures. Management will enhance engagement with the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development on the policy guidance, Chair. Bursaries, secondary school, brackets boarding and skills development, and spent grants. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledged the auditor's findings
and wishes to state that this query arose due to low uptake of bursaries by the community. Action taken. Management wishes to report that CDFC resolved to vary funds to procure this and other community projects. Remedial measures, Chair. Management to enhance sensitization with regards to the benefits of the funds. Further government intervention with the provision of transport, accommodation, meals, and PPEs will see an increase in uptake of bursaries, Chair. Bursaries, secondary school, and skills development failure to report. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that verification was done by internal audit, after which a payment was made based on the reporting status of learners at that time. However, subsequently, these learners dropped out due to a number of reasons. Action taken. Management wishes to report that an agreement has since been put in place to have the funds cater for activities for active learners in the following term. See Appendix 13, Chair. Remedial measures. Management will enhance sensitization with regards to the benefits of the funds. Further government intervention with the provision of transport, accommodation, meals, and PPEs will see an increase in uptake of bursaries. Chair, I submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kamondo, Honorable Singombe.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I take you to page 3. Yes. The query is on page 2, that is diversion of funds from the approved business plans. Honorable Chairperson, I want to find out from Council Secretary. I want to find out whether there would be beneficiaries, especially the 10 that had applied for the hammer mills, whether the due diligence was done to sensitize them, the threshold for the grants, which is supposed to be 40,000. Secondly, whether they had gone to look for the quotations for the hammer mills that they were applying for, and whether they were guided how much they would apply for. I say this because these people, they wanted the hammer mill. According to their business plans and proposals, it was actually expedient for them to get the hammer mills. Unfortunately, they ended up actually venturing in different plans that they didn't even have, which for me, I see that it will still lead to them not doing very well, because the need which they had seen at first was the hammer mill. Did your office do the due diligence to make sure that these people get what they wanted? And I also wanted to find out, at what time were you giving out these loans? And if you say they were not visible, who went to find out that this was not visible? And in that amount, 40,000, they were not going to purchase a hammer mill. I thank you.
Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. The ward development committees were sensitized, and that when they applied for the hammer mill, they didn't go in the field to find out the prices of the hammer mills. So when these applications came to our office, the technical committee had to go through these applications and get the prices from the market. Unfortunately, the prices that we were getting
from Camco and other sellers of hammer mills were way beyond 40,000, which is the highest threshold for the application under grants, Chair.
Council Secretary, the question was, as a council, did you see these applications?
Chair, we saw these applications.
Number one. Number two, as a council, were you not aware that the prices actually, the 40,000 threshold was not enough? Were you not aware as well?
Chair, we were very much aware. That's why we advised these ward development committees to change the business which will accommodate the funds of 40,000 kwacha.
But why did you go ahead and process those when you knew the prices were way beyond the 40,000 kwacha and you sensitized the WDCs? Why didn't you speak to the very cooperatives telling them that we cannot process this because what you are saying is unattainable? Honorable Simon.
Chair, I just want the CS to clarify. Are you saying in 2022 the ceiling was 40,000? Because from your explanation, you are saying that was the maximum. Was that a ceiling for grants? Just correct me or remind me in case I've forgotten.
Yes, Chair, that is the ceiling under grants, 40,000.
Yes.
Yes,
my question, that you knew one, you knew that the threshold was 40,000. Again, as a council, you knew that there is no hammer mill. I mean, the hammer mills were way above that figure, but you went ahead to process their applications.
Chair, the view of the committee was that they should not disadvantage that club. So they decided that they should communicate to these clubs that had applied for hammer mills so that they change the project type. And the letters are attached as evidence to inform the clubs that they should change the type of business that they want to dwell in.
So they changed?
Yes, they changed.
Honorable Commander.
Honorable Chairperson, through you, I had asked earlier on, when did you give out this money to the beneficiaries? Maybe I can ask another question.
Chair, when we gave the beneficiaries, I think it is attached on Appendix C. It should be in February. Yes, 2022.
Now I can ask my other question. In Mufumbwe, where I'm coming from, all these are members of parliament. We had also 16, I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, 14 clubs who had applied for hammer mills. And we managed to buy the hammer mills from Saro at 38,000. Now you said that you went to Camco. Why didn't you go to Saro to get the same hammer mills which we distributed the whole constituents from those that had applied, other than actually giving them something that they didn't want? And these hammer mills are some saying they're talking about, of course we have got maybe 3 which are not working very well, but the rest are working very well, knowing actually Luampa is a rural constituency just like Mufumbwe. Why did you decide to deprive these people from what they wanted going further? And also from this committee and other councils, we've learned that others had even gone to, is it in Akonde, where they bought them at 22,000 hammer mills. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you also, in Mufumbwe, the council helped them to buy. They bought for them.
Yes. Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. When we looked at the costs, transportation cost, and bringing up the hammer mill and constructing the house for the hammer mill and the other related costs, we saw that it was going beyond 40,000. That's why the committee decided to change the project proposal, Chair. But
No,
otherwise, we apologize for that.
Those were just imaginations, Council Secretary. Those were imaginations. We didn't want to help the communities. Because if he indeed is 2022, you have about 18,000. It can't cost you to put on a truck from Nakonde to put the hammer mill to Ruampa. It can't cost you 18,000. It can't. And besides, at times we use our initiative as local authorities. You say, no, we'll get, if there is a local business person or a local transporter, we say, no, we'll find some fuel. Part of the fuel maybe will come from the administrative cost. Part of the fuel can come from the WDF, World Development Fund, in that particular ward. You can always, explore all those options. We are members of parliament and we know how we help our people. So that wasn't a good decision, because at the end of the day it disadvantaged these people. There was somewhere where they could at least get that machine. Because if you look at the other costs that we are talking about, putting up the house for the hammer mill and other things, those would come from World Development Fund, because they are in that ward. So the councillor should be able to say, no, let's put up something. So to us, that's not a very good excuse. Yes, Honorable Swan. Yes, please.
Chair, I'm grateful. I'm on page 12. I'm looking at bursaries.
Page 12 of your report, Council Secretary.
Chair, there you discover that 19 students did not report to various learning institutions. One, I wanted to know how many had applied, because I think from that table it is not indicating how many had applied, and what deliberate measures are you putting in place to ensure that those who apply actually go to school. Look at that number 19. It's quite a very big number in a rural constituency like Ruampa. At the end of the day, these are the same people who should come back to the constituency and grow the economy there. So are there deliberate measures that you are taking as a local authority to ensure that those who apply actually go to these skills, because it's at their benefit and also the benefit of the local authority at the end of the day and the district?
Thank you, Chair. We are putting up measures so that the applicants, they report for school. And if you look at this table, much of it was when the government didn't allow these applicants to be paid for transport, accommodation, and meals. So they found it a big challenge to be in school. But now the government has come to our aid. They've allowed us to pay for their meals, for their transport, and for their protective clothing for those that are doing other skilled courses. So, Chair, these parameters, we've seen more students now applying, Chair.
Yes, please.
I had also requested to know the total number of applicants from Ruampa. Maybe further, do we have, out of those who have graduated, coming back to the local authority, maybe those who have formed up companies, trying to solicit to do something so that, because we cannot just take these youths to colleges and then fail to give them businesses. So do we have some of those who have graduated and coming back to Luampa to ask for business from our local authority?
Yes. Thank you, Chair. The numbers of applicants, maybe I cannot have that figure at my fingertips, but there has been quite a number of those. We can provide information at a later stage. And then those that have graduated, there are some that have come to seek for help from the council. I've seen about 3 who did the tailoring and they are doing well. And there are also those that applied to do crushed stone industry. They are also doing very well. And some of them, they've grouped together and they have applied to for the bakery, and the bakery is doing very well. They've come up together, and in Luampa we have now bread. We cannot go to Kaoma to buy bread. We are buying it locally. Chair, I submit.
Okay. Dr. Mwanza?
Thank you, Chair. I take the committee to Appendix 8, which is on talking about the projects that the project status.
Appendix 8.
Appendix 8, yes. There's a list of projects.
Yes.
I can count there are 40, and yet the approved projects by the PLGO, there are 32.
Yes.
So where did the rest 8 come from? The second question is some projects are overpaid. There's an allocation and then there's expenditure. So the projects that are overpaid are project 1, equipment of mortuary for Luampa Mission Hospital, and construction of primary school, a 1x2 classroom block at Kafula Primary School. Why these 2 projects are overpaid? And number 14, Yes, and number 14. Thank you, Chair. Where did you get the extra source of funding, and what is this, anyway, what is the source of the price escalation?
Thank you, Chair. The increase in the number of projects from 32 to 41, those were projects that were done under disaster. So they increased the number. But the projects that were applied for were 32 in the number, Chair.
For disaster, you did not, I can see project number 35.
Yes, 35, yes.
Yes, there's an allocation of 628.
Yes.
207. And you did not explain the expenditure, how much you spent, but you've just given us a balance. So are we saying the disaster projects, are these below 35? Or all the 8 are within the funding of this disaster, which is less than 300,000 kwacha?
Chair, maybe I will ask the Director of Works to come in there, if you may allow me.
Yes, Director of Works. Can you switch off your mic? Yes.
Chair, the projects, the number that why it increased, number 17 and number 18, there were 21 projects. Yes, there were 21 projects. Also, when you go to number 36 and number 37, it's also there are disasters. When you also go to number 26, it's also a 2021 project. So those are the ones that increase the number to what we have.
So I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still have 3 more.
Director of Works, another?
Also, 39. It's also a 2019-2020 project. Then there's also the allocation of purchase of school desks. The variation, which is number 40. The last one, number 40 on the list.
Honorable Mutero.
Chair, submit.
CS, through your CS, Director of Works, thank you very much. Are you just guessing now on when the Honorable say 3 more, then you yes, number, this is also disaster. Are you telling a story? Or you have some information somewhere here that will help your committee to say, yes, these are 2019. I'm interested in the 2019, whether they are now finished. This is 2019, this is 2021, this is disaster. Do you have anywhere where you can lead us so that we follow you nicely? The fear we have, sir, is that even if we said number 10, you can still say, this is a disaster. Do you have any information?
Director of Works?
Chair, I think the last one that I mentioned is the last. I was just why I was a bit hesitant because I was also checking on the list where the disaster are, as well as the ones that we did the rehabilitation for the projects for 2019. I think those are the ones that I've indicated. Otherwise, the ones that I've talked about, the projects for 2021, as well as the disaster, those are the additions on the initial list why the number increased to 32.
Okay, thank you.
Have you heard my question? Where are you bringing that information from? To say these are brought forward projects from 2019, from 2021. No wonder you are hesitant on one, even you yourself. So if you, the owner, you are hesitant, what of us, your committee? I'll repeat. Is there anywhere where we can follow you other than you just telling us this is 2019, 2021? Do you have that document?
Members. Honorable Simumba, an addition.
Okay, thank you very much. I think Director of Works, when I take you to the appendix, I'm Honorable Simumba, by the way, Member of Parliament for Nakonde. Go on the first, on the first project, on top there, you can lead for us. After Dwampa Town Council, what is there? Mike.
List of CDF community projects for 2022.
You are saying the list of CDF community projects for 2022. So why are you misleading this committee that these projects which are for 2022, they are even for 2021 or even for 2019? So this committee relies on the evidence. Now, I would want you to give us the projects that you have done under this disaster, Chair, because only project number 35. We have just stated disaster.
Can you switch off your mic, Director?
We have just stated disaster 2022, and the amount is 628,707. We don't know what you spent this money for. Chair, they have just indicated the balance. And again, I want you to add the other projects that we have done under disaster so that we can add the figure. Chair, I would want that to be done so that we move together with the Director of Works. I submit.
Council Secretary, there's the first question that has not been answered on the different amounts. So where is the difference coming from? Like on number one, project number one. Yeah, those, I think the Honorable Mwanza asked for about 3 projects.
Thank you, Chair. The first project is equipment, the mortuary equipment, which is showing overpayment of 159, Chair. This one, there was a variation which was done. When we were preparing this report, the system that we are using didn't adjust properly. Otherwise, there is no overpayment on this project. There was an environment which was done. Chair, I deeply apologize for that.
There are about 3 projects.
Then the other one, Kafula. On this one, Chair, the total sum of this project was 560,000, Chair. But when this report was compiled, we only picked one project. The first project was construction of a 1x2 classroom block, which costed about 430, and the balance of that was for the completion of a classroom block at the very school. So this one was given as one project to one contractor, Chair. So after calculating for the 2, there is a balance of 64,909, Chair.
Sorry, I missed I missed the explanation, sorry. You said, what were you explaining? Was it the project, the first project?
The first project, Chair, there was an environment which was done. It wasn't captured by the system, but the minutes are there where we did the variation of the same.
You see, the Council Secretary, we are basing our argument or our seeking of clarification from you based on what you have submitted. So if you have other explanations somewhere, unless it's documented and you're able to bring to us, otherwise it stands like this, that you budgeted for 700, you ended up using 800.
Sir, thank you. You CCS, first you are saying the system you were using couldn't capture. So which system were you using that failed to capture what? Then later you went on and you said, no, of course the funds, this was valid. So you are not clear with your committee. Just cool down and tell us exactly what happened. You know, the fear we have is, would you think the 159.80 kwacha went somewhere? I'm afraid of saying in some pockets. Because if you can't explain, you leave us wondering that, like that. So which system did you use? That never failed. But the rest, the system worked. It didn't just work on this one. Which system was that? You can ask your... That's why you are a team. Help each other. We get finished.
Okay. You see, Council Secretary and team, one thing that makes me wonder about the local authorities is that there are two things. It's either you are so negligent in what you are doing, or you just want to mislead people or the committee. You know, I'm speaking like that. Yesterday I was asking your colleagues, I don't know, have you been to Charimbana yourself?
Yes, we have been to Charimbana.
For how many days?
Chair, our program said we should be there on 16.
I'm just
one day.
Just asking you for how many days?
1 day, Chair.
You were there for 1 day?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, when you look at this document, CS, you had an opportunity to go through as management, isn't it? And everybody missed, the whole team, not only CS, everybody missed this situation to say, no, this is 700, this is 800. Do we have documentation? Because here, we don't get all the submissions. And this is the reason as to why we call you to come here, because we want to base our argument or accepting of your report based on the documentation. If it was oral, we would have called you. You are in Rwampa, we call you on phone. But we want to see document from step 1, B, 3. We want to see you in your movement like that. These are public funds. And if you find the public funds without any backing document, to us, we don't appreciate that. And we don't accept them, unfortunately. So as it is, auditors, Western Province, as it is, it stands, it's still a query. We have no documentation to base our acceptance of this. That we have resolved because there is this thing, there was this environment. No matter what, unless we can only encourage you to go back and look at this. Because we don't understand why they decided to leave those. Because when you are coming here, coming to explain the situation, you must carry every document. What we did, there was this environment. If you wanted some authority from somewhere, we wrote to this office, we wrote to the minister, and this is what they gave us. And at the end of the day, we were able to move this man. We rest the case in that manner. Not from explanation, CS. Unfortunately, we will not do that. So I think we want to move. Yes.
Chair, just to add on, because even the Director of Works, he misled this committee that there are some projects that were forwarded, brought forward from 2021. I want you to take the Director of Works to page 8. Failure to spend.
Page 8?
Page 8.
Page 8 of your report, Council Secretary.
I want the Director of Works to read for us number of projects brought forward from 2021 to 2022.
Director of Works.
So that you...
On that table, failure to spend?
Yes.
The table there. Number of projects brought forward from 2021 to 2022. Director of Works, what are you reading there? Your mic. What are
Zero.
What are you reading there?
0.
And your area submission?
I don't know, maybe I wasn't maybe clear. Maybe I explain it a bit.
No,
this is the...
You are under Cap 12.
Yes, sir.
We have given you the leverage. Please relax and give us the information.
Okay.
Yes.
This is a list of projects that were being done under 2022. So this was taken from a ledger of payments. So these that are remaining for 2021 that you are seeing here, they are just payments. Most of them, they are retention payments that would remain from the previous year.
Director of Works, I want you to make a comment.
Yes.
Or CS, Council Secretary, can you make a comment that in 20, according to the table that you have presented, CS, how many projects are you seeing that are coming from 2021?
Chair, on the table there, it is showing 0 project from 2021.
Thank you very much. Council Secretary, do you have projects for 2021 that were completed maybe last year?
Chair, we have. It's only that maybe.
No, I want us to be moving step by step. Don't, before I will tell you when to explain. Do you have projects that you completed last year that were coming all the way from 2021?
Yes, we have, Chair.
And the projects that you completed in 2022 that were brought forward from 2021, you have? Do you have, I mean, others could have been completed in 2022, others 2023, like we are saying.
Yes.
We have that situation, isn't it?
Yes, we have.
So now, during the preparation of this report, if we check, like my colleague asked, the approved projects from the PLG is it 32 projects?
32,
32.
yes.
Why didn't you write your report like that? These are the projects approved. The rest, you give us the information. We had these 2, 3, 4 that came all the way from 2019, 2020, and they are complete. What is remaining is maybe the retention or whatever. Why didn't you put it like that? To you, if it's me presenting this to you, am I not misleading you?
Thank you, Chair. On that one, we erred. We just picked all the projects that we undertook in 2022. We were supposed to indicate those that are coming from 2021. We put them as separately, as well as those that we did in 2022, the 32 that were approved by PLGO's office.
Yeah, because what we want is documentation. So that one goes to the auditors again. There is this confusion. We want a confirmation on these projects. First 32 that were approved, and then those carry over. We want that record put nicely. That's what I'm saying. You have enough time, Council Secretary.
Yes.
That you will receive a notice from this from Parliament actually, that you have to appear before this, maybe a month before, or 3 weeks before, or whenever. But I don't know how many times you sit together and be able to critically look at your report, what you have to submit. Because if you missed it, one wouldn't miss it. If that one missed it, the other one wouldn't miss it. So now, what if we did this? This approval letter is saying 32, we are saying this. They will ask us, what will be our response on the rest? You put a good report on the rest.
We take note of that, Chair, and we apologize.
It's Honorable
Chair, we are now finding it hard, because seemingly whatever I would want from you, it will not come forth. Because you just told your committee to say, yes, we finished some projects last year. Going through your report, there is no evidence. Why sometimes do you put yourselves in an awkward situation? Because you should have brought evidence in the name of completion certificates. We've finished this, we've done this, we've done this. I'm pretty sure you have handed over some projects to the community in Luampa. Have you or not?
Yes, Chair, we have handed completed projects.
Possibly how many?
We have attached the completion certificate on the report. They are there, Chair.
That's very good.
Thank you.
But on the same list, I'm wondering, project number 17 and 18, Chair, just to be helped. Construction of a primary school 1x2 classroom block at Kamwangalesha Primary. 13,000 kwacha.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, where were you buying the materials from?
Chair, these are completed projects and they were claiming the retention funds. So we paid the retention and the amount.
Where is the ledger for such things?
The ledger, Chair, we haven't attached. But
Through
there
you-
is a completion certificate which has been attached for these two
For these?
projects. Yes, Chair.
Did us to where? Where you've said 13,000 kwacha.
Chair,
You can seek help from your team.
Chair, unfortunately, I'm being informed that these are 2021 projects which were completed, and we are just paying the retention funds based on the completion certificates were not attached here. But these are the projects that were
So
done
what should we
under
take?
2020.
In 1 minute, you've told your committee how many statements? 2. When I've asked, is there a classroom block, 1x2 classroom block in Luampa costing 13,000 plus? No, hold on. That's retention. We have completion certificate. Please go ahead, lead us. Sorry, I'm reliably informed that we didn't. This is a retention. How are we going to know that this money is retention money? That's the difficulty we have with Luampa.
Council Secretary.
Chair, the records we have, these were the funds that were paid in the following year for the projects that were done in 2021. And these are the projects that have inflated on the number of projects being done in 2022, Chair. And we are going to separate them as we have assured the House that when the Auditor General comes to verify, these are the things that we are going to present to them.
Okay.
For clarification, Chair.
Chair, I had asked a question to know the projects that you have done under disaster. You haven't given us the answer because there is the allocation. There is no expenditure, but there is a balance. Only, Chair, when you look at project number 35, project number 35.
Council Secretary, what happened?
I'll ask Director of Works to come in on that one.
Director of Works.
The disaster that is under number 35, it's more like a general summary for the disasters that we're having at that time. So number 36 and number 37, these are disasters that were actually handled at that time, as well as I think these are the only ones that were recorded, number 6 and number 37.
So, Chair, when you look at, when you add 36 and 37, Chair, when you add the amount spent, 36 and 37, how much are we having? And is it giving the true reflection of the balance? When you have got 628,207.48 and we add the expenditure, are we going to have the balance 378? Chair, I'm saying so because when you add these two projects, you are saying the 36 and 37. Not so. We are just having about 160 something. And then, where did you take the other money?
On that. Number 35, CS, reads in white and black, clearly so, disaster 2022. Number 36, number 37 does not say so. The problem we have is that you can even tell us to say number 39, it's also disaster. You can pick any number, Director of Work, and will not accept such things. We can't, unfortunately. Chair, in the first place I said, the CS through his Director of Works, they've just come here to start telling stories. There's no storytelling here. We deal with facts. What do you think will make us agree to say number 36 and 37? That is a disaster component. Director of Works? We only then depend on what the principal has said. We shall send the documentations. The chair would finish. Not only to Auditor General's office, but to where also? Where do we need those evidence, documents? Where? CS.
Council Secretary?
Auditor General as well as the ministry, as well as Parliament.
Just the Auditor General Secretariat. We need to use them to write a report.
Noted, Chair. Thank you.
Another question, honourable members.
Chair, I asked the question. They haven't answered on the balance on the disaster. When you add the two projects that they are saying is from the disaster, 36 and 37, it's just giving us about 100, and the balance should be 461,970, but the balance on disaster there is 378. I would want to find out why.
Council Secretary or Treasurer.
Thank you, Chair. I think maybe we just seek for forgiveness that we didn't attach the ledgers to highlight what the total amount that we spent, for us to arrive at the amount, the balance of 378. So what can actually be able to show the details is if the ledgers were attached. So that information can be provided, Chair.
You are the treasurer?
Yes, Chair.
Where is the internal audit? Okay. So what were you noting in your book when all these numbers, 700, 800? What was happening in your book?
I think like the Director of X has explained on some figures, I can also concur, because I'm aware, and we've been paying these payments, we've been doing verifications. So when the Director of Work says these projects have been carried forward from 2021 to 2022, I can testify in confidence to say what the Director of Work is saying is true.
Sir, did you pick my question?
Yes, I did.
What was the question?
The question was what was in my books.
Yes. So tell us, what was in your books? There's 700, then from nowhere you see 800 in your book, so that you help the CS.
In the books, Chair, it was 700,000.
Now, when we are seeing 800,
Let me help you.
through you, do you have that book of yours?
No, through the chair.
Internal auditor, did you go through this report before coming here?
Yes, Chair.
You went through the report.
Yes, Chair.
And you saw this, for instance, on the first project. You saw those two figures.
Chair, I think when we are going through,
So I'm asking you nicely. I'm saying, did you go through the report? You said you did.
Yes.
Now the second question: did you see those two figures when you are going through the report?
No, Chair.
You didn't see?
No.
But you have just mentioned that yes, I saw 700.
No, in my books.
In your books.
There is 700.
So you didn't, as management, council secretary, you didn't sit to go through this report together?
Chair, we sat down to go through this report, and some of these things that you have highlighted, it's only that we had limited time. As I said, we went to
When
Charimban.
did you receive the notice from here?
Chair, we received the notice some time back, but
If we check, because you have records on the dispatch of the notices. So when
Yes.
did you get the notice?
Chair, we got the notice quite in time. Some of these we were doing
How
them.
many days? About 1 month, right?
Yes, about 1 month, Chair.
1 month plus, I know.
Yes.
So you didn't have enough time to do that?
Chair, we had enough time, and some of these things we couldn't carry them, all of them at one go.
No,
when
me, I
we
didn't-
reached
me,
here,
I didn't say you carry them. Me, I'm saying, did you go through the report as management, page by page, because you are coming here to be interrogated?
Yes, sir. Chair, I apologize for that. It is an error on our part.
I will review. Internal audit. What is your role, especially pertaining to the payments? What's your role?
My role, Chair, is to make sure we have accuracy and completeness, and there is compliance when we are paying.
For how long have you been in that office?
I've been there for 4 years now.
4 years.
Yes, Chair.
In Rwampa?
Yes.
I've been there for 4 years.
Yes, Chair.
Meaning you went there 2018, somewhere there. 2019.
No, 2020.
2020. And all these transactions that have been happening, you have been seeing them. What is the auditor supposed to do? What are you supposed to do when there are payments?
When we are paying?
When there are payments, for instance, this range of the projects, all of them you are supposed to go through, isn't it?
Yes, Chair.
And where you find the figure is changing, you make a comment to management. Did you do that? So, Council Secretary, you carried somebody who doesn't even understand, who didn't see this report. You carry him, he's just seeing the figures for the first time here. What he knew is 700.
Thank you so much, Chair. Wampa may go without a question from Honorable Mwen. Internal Auditor, the figure in your book is 700. Why did you okay a payment of 859 kwacha?
I didn't see it. Yes, internal audit.
Chair, the allocation for the equipment was 700. So is the information in my books.
700.
Yes, Chair.
So, but what happens is you do pre-audit and post-audit, isn't it?
Yes.
So when you saw that 700, it's quite a huge amount of money. When that money goes out, you would be interested to know what if where that money went, if they have achieved that goal. You would be interested to know when they come back. So you didn't check, say no, 700. How come you have come back with 800 bill here? You didn't do that.
Yeah, maybe just to help you, internal auditor, did this payment 859 pass through your office, or it didn't pass through your office?
I can come in.
Yes.
This 859, it was coming in bits. We were paying in bits. It is not a one-off payment. First we paid, they deliver. Then we made another payment, they deliver. So when we saw that the works are not yet completed, we applied for a variation, which also covered the amount that has overshot. And Chair, we are seeking your lenience that will present this to Auditor General as well as the clerk, so that this information is very clear on how it reached this far, Chair.
It's interesting because you are acknowledging the 859. Your internal auditor is sticking only to 700. You should always work as a team. Internal auditor, know in your books without if what you are telling us is what you've written in your books. In the first place, you do not have that backup. You are just saying in my books. You see, that's why you are failing to coordinate.
Thank you.
Chair, page 3. As I'm seeing, sir, whatever we can do, you only do it yourself, sir. Page 3, excess expenditure. I'm just you have explained everything. You have even given the. How did this duplication come? And at the time that the Auditor General's office came, you didn't give the information. It resurfaced thereafter. How did it happen, Treasurer?
Thank you, Chair. I think from our submission, Chair, we gave a submission that these arose from the duplication of payments because of the similarities in terms of the names. Yeah, but
Chair, through you. Where is the DPO? What do you use? You just use the names, or they have names like Movita, and then another Movita. How are these similarities coming?
You're supposed to go and work on it.
You have, yes, DPO. Where is the DPO? Help us, help the treasurer on the similarities.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the similarity that the treasurer is talking about is... okay, so the similarity he's talking about is a similarity in terms of the names of the clubs. So you find that this club, maybe it would be Kongoti Women's Club. This one will be Kongoti Youth Club. So you have those similarities in the names of the clubs. I think we have a number of them. Maybe this one will be coming from this one, the other one will be coming from another one. So when it comes to payment, I want to believe that the mistake probably was made at the bank, where because of similarity of names, where there is a duplication of, they have already paid this club, and another name that is very similar.
Chair, through you, that is enough.
Switch off the mic then.
But each and every club is identified by what? At the bank? By the name.
So at the bank, they are identified by the name and the bank account number.
Exactly. So if they are identified by the name and account number, how come you have duplication? Now you want to accuse the bank which is not here.
Thank you very much. That excuse of duplication, that they are similar, you have these funny laws names, Manyando, Manyando. There are 4 or 5, Manyando, Manyando. Are you telling me that the bank will keep on paying one person? Treasurer. We have no names in Western Province, Manyando, Manyando. So can you be paying the same person, Manyando, Manyando, just because he came yesterday? What do you use to differentiate?
The chair has stated that it's the bank account.
Yes. So you cannot come here and say, no, I think it's the bank. The bank is very accurate. They can even sue you if you accuse them like that. They are very accurate. They will look at the name, they will look at the NRC, they will look at the account number. But you in Rwampa, you just dish out money. Who are you? Somebody's at the door, I'm Manyando, you pay. This one comes, I'm Manyando, you pay. That's what you have been doing. And this amount of money, 2 million, duplication. Ish. No, what we have seen is, you see, before this committee, Council Secretary and your team, we want to assure you that if you are going to come with a very sweet, very good explanation, closer to the truth, no matter how close it is to the truth, we will not accept. You can bring any type of English. In the absence of documents, we will not accept. So it puts us in a very, very awkward position that you are able to duplicate money, you are able to duplicate maybe projects, and then you have the internal auditor who doesn't follow day-to-day happenings. You are appearing before this committee next month, and particularly we want to see the handbook for the internal auditor. We want to see how you are following, if you are professionally following, religiously following the happenings at that council. Any query, anything, we are given enough time when the auditors come. Any query, any document related to whatever the auditors are querying you about should be brought here. No explanation. That's why I said if we wanted oral, we would have called you. But we wanted to see documentation here. We did this, there is a environment here, this is the document. There is a change of project instead of the grants, instead of this, we called and then took it back to a CDF committee. These are the documents. And at the end of the day, that's what we call audit. This is an audit committee. It's not like any other committee. This one is an audit committee, and the audit follows documental evidence. In the absence of documental evidence, we cannot do anything. We want to appreciate your appearance, but we want to put it on record that your report is uncoordinated. You have so many uncoordinated responses. We want you to work as a team. Next time you are appearing here, the information that will be with the director engineering should be the information with the treasurer, the information with the CS, the information with the same information with the internal auditor. We want to withdraw now. May I withdraw the immunity that was conferred on you at the beginning of our interaction, and wish you well as you go back to Rwampa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
I worried all the time. I'm running out of time. Can't take it a day at a time. Sometimes, man, our dreams have been too long since we were only young kids, and now we're grown, they love still. I know this Zambia umafuna ntima. Baby, na mantanga tani kwila. What if we don't make it? Yeah, yeah. What if we don't make it? Yeah, yeah. Umagachoka nkutali, mulunga nalindi pulani, pulani, pulani. Inu zonse ndintawi, mulunga nalindi pulani, pulani. Yobangaza ifeo, yobangaza ifeo, akubangaza ifeo, akubangaza ifeo.
Hey yo, Prince. Yo, venue moyo ena maflopa. Sama trenda nyimbo zao wakatropa. Tepe na pride mafune zindikopa. Kwa mambuye wangasanga konde kuti mzisipopa. Ni rule number 1 kumakala hambo. Potuka sikwe zama siyo panga zako. Rule number 2 wasakala ndi sanko. Potile lotikape mawadi pa mwamba pako. Kayangana kumpuyo ngati ndingo kuwa mpuye. Nina konza chani kuti numundi masure. Mandijo sabutali kwina kusomula mbule. Ulenda unduwa utali koma.
Kachoka nkutali, mulunga nalindi pulani, pulani, pulani. Inu zonse ndintawi, mulunga nalindi pulani, pulani, pulani. Yobangaza ifeo, yobangaza ifeo. Akubangaza ifeo, akubangaza ifeo.
Ichipuna mwaikalapo Chali milinga Ichipuna mwaikalapo Chali milinga Ichipuna mwaikalapo